Hi guys, Barbara here from Barbara Makes Crafts, and I am so happy that you're here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I have a fun little craft for you today. When I was growing up, my mother had a Lazy Susan, and it was beautiful. Guys, I loved it. It was the first nice thing that I remember my mother ever having, and to this day, between you and me, my name is on it for when she passes. I'm so blessed to still have my mother. She's 84. But anyway, so I'm going to show you how to make a Lazy Susan from a blank, just a plain Lazy Susan. So I just picked up this blank Lazy Susan at IKEA the last time I was at IKEA. I live about 4 hours away from one, so I pick up stuff whenever I get to go. And so I want to show you just how to make from a blank one. And so what you are going to need is, of course, a blank Lazy Susan. You'll also need a piece of vinyl, 12 by 12 vinyl. I'm using Starcraft permanent adhesive vinyl, and this is the HD. Guys, this is the most awesome vinyl I think that I have worked with as far as weeding and crafting goes, putting it on things. But we're going to be making a stencil with it, so we'll see how that goes. You will need alcohol, and years ago I found this spray bottle with alcohol in it. I can't find it anymore, but I just picked it up at Walmart. When you're crafting, alcohol is absolutely going to be your best friend. You will need some transfer tape, and I like this duct tape transfer tape. It's translucent, so you can see what you're doing. It's not too sticky, and it comes off easily. It transfers beautifully. And I'm going to link to these products down below so you can know exactly what I'm using, and you will be able to get them and use them for yourself. You will need a polyacrylic. I like the high gloss. You can get, the matte finish if you like, but I like the high gloss. You will need some weeding tools, including some scissors. I have a mix of the 143 vinyl tools, the pen tool, and these little needle nose tweezers. These are my favorite weeding tools of all, because you can get those little tiny pieces and get a hold of them and get them out easily. And on 143 vinyl, my favorite thing is that they come in different colors. This one is mint. It matched my Explorer Air 2. I need to get some pink ones, and I have the new Maker 3 coming. I'm waiting to see exactly what color it is because it's hard to see online. And get some that color too. But anyway, the pen tool, which looks like a pen, but you click it and it's got a sharp needle kind of on it, and it's good for picking up stuff. My favorite, honestly, is the Cricut hook tool, because you can kind of bend it. A lot of people have problems with these breaking, but I've honestly had these for probably 12 years, this particular one. And I want to mention that Cricut does make those needle nose tweezers. It comes in a package of other paper weeding tools, and so it's more expensive than what you can get at 143vinyl.com. And 143 Vinyl, they have flat rate shipping. They ship it quickly. I think normally I get whatever I order, I get my products within 3 or 4 days. So that is good. You are going to need some paints, and I'm going to be using Dixie Belle paints, and these are the colors that I'm going to be using. Muscadine wine. This one is in the navy. It's hard to tell between this one and the caviar. This one is the caviar, which is black, and then a buttercream, which is an off-white. You're also going to need some kind of sealer to put over your vinyl to help keep your paint from bleeding up under your edges of your vinyl. And I like this Fusion Tough Coat just because I've had this for over a year. I use it all the time when I'm doing projects like this and other projects. I still have more than half the bottle. The lid actually does not even stay on this, and it still works every bit as good as it did from day one. I got it on Amazon, and I'll definitely, like I said, I'm going to link to everything. You will need some kind of cup to mix paint colors in, and I like these silicone cups. Guys, nothing sticks in here, not even epoxy resin. So these are great. I got them on Amazon. You'll need some kind of stir stick or something to scoop just a little bit of paint. These came with my silicone cups, so I didn't have to purchase anything else. But you can use a paper plate even to just mix your paints on and dip your brush in. You will need some paint brushes. I recommend the smaller ones so that you can get up around the edges really well when you're actually doing your paint color. And that, I think, is a list. Oh, you will need a Cricut cutting machine, or you can use a Silhouette or other cutting machine. And you will need the Design Space, which is completely free, or whatever software works with your cutting machine. You're going to want to stay for the end of the video to hear all the details of my YouTube subscriber giveaway. You're not going to want to miss what I'm going to give away when I reach 500 subscribers. So we're going to head on over to Design Space now and work on our design. Okay, so in Design Space, we are going to design our Lazy Susan, and the first thing that I want to do is add a shape. So I'm going over here to where it says Shapes, and I'm going to choose a circle because our Lazy Susan is round. When that pops up, so I have sized my Lazy Susan to be 15 inches. So I'm just going to go up there, hit 15 on the width, and it will automatically make the entire circle 15 inches. And down here, I'm just going to zoom out some so we can see the full circle and see what we're going to do. Now our Cricut is only going to cut 11.5 inches round. So here's how we're going to get around that. So this circle I'm going to leave black because that is our entire Lazy Susan. I'm going to hit Shapes again. Again, I'm going to do a circle. And this circle, I'm going to make it kind of Lazy Susan color. It's kind of a light brown. So I'll change that color by going here to this little color square and choosing the color I want. And I'm going to go back up here and I'm going to size this circle to be 11.5 inches because we know that's what our Cricut is going to cut. I'm going to move this on top of the other circle, and then I'm going up here to select all, and I'm going to align center horizontally so that those circles are centered, basically. And now it's time to begin our design, and I'm just going to do a little simple one with our name, which is Walker, and I'm going to go right here where it says font and select my font. Now this font is called Baby Child, and I love this font. I think I got this one on Font Bundles, so it's not one that comes with your Cricut. But I do want to show you that they have updated Cricut Design Space, if you don't know, to show only kerned fonts. And kerned means that when you have a script font, the letters are touching in their space like they should be, as if you were writing them out by hand. So you can get get the fonts that aren't kerned if you want to uncheck this box right here. But I like using just the kerned fonts, so I'm just going to leave it like it is. So I'm going to choose this baby child, and in this text box down here, I'm going to just type in Walker. All right. Okay, there it is. It was hiding on me. Alright, so that is the problem. So I'm going to take these two circles right here without the name there, and I'm just going to go ahead and group them so I can move them around without affecting the cut. And I can move them together so I don't have to go through centering them again. Alright, so I'm going to take bigger. It's going to have to be bigger anyway. Alright, so move it down. I'm going to size it. I kind of want this to be the center of my circle. So, and as you can see, I moved it onto the circle and you can't see it anymore. So I'm going to leave it selected. I'm going to go up here where it says Arrange. And I'm going to say send this one to the front because I want it to be on the very top. Let's see, I want it to be kind of as big as we can get it in that 11.5 inch space, because I don't want too much space on the outside, but the Cricut is not going to cut that 15-inch circle. So I've got it pretty close. I've got it about 10.1 inches there. So I'm going to go back to my text box, and baby child is already selected. It's going to stay there as long as we are in this this canvas, this design right here. So I'm going to just put established and 2013. Okay, and so there it is. There's that little bitty edge of the circle that will make that bigger so I can move it. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to make it slightly smaller than Walker. So I'm just going to put it up here and size it down so that it looks good. Got that about 6 inches. I think I'm going to make that about 8 inches actually. Let's see. No, that's going to be too big. Alright, so let's size it down a little more. And the great thing about the Cricut is it's going to center it for us. So we don't have to worry about getting it exactly right here. Okay, so now I want to put just a little design, and I actually might need to go down and resize those, but we'll come to that in a minute. Over here you can see this images. I'm very impatient, guys, when it comes to some of this. So I'm going to do a little flower. Just a quick, easy flower, and I'm going to scroll down until I find the one I want. Cricut has, like, I just put flower in, and there are 8,433 results. So, but the one I want is not too far down. In fact, there it is right there. And if you are an Access member, then you can use this flower, any image, any font that has this little A by it. If you're an Access member, you can use it for free. If you are not an Access member, there may be a fee associated with it. I'm not sure. So I've just selected it and insert images. And it is going to add that image to my canvas. So what I'm going to do is put it here, and I am going to size this down a little bit. because what I want to do with it, there's not going to be room. Okay. So I'm going to take this flower and select it. And I'm going to size it down just a little. And moving these arrows right here is what will give you the size. I apologize, I did not say that before. So I'm going to size it down, and it's saying this is about 2.1, so about 2 inches. So now I'm going to duplicate this flower 3 times. It's the size that I want, so I'm just going to go ahead and duplicate it. I thought this would be just a pretty little design. Like I said, I'm going to have to work with the sizes to make it fit in the space that the Cricut is going to cut, but it's all going to be beautiful once I'm done. Alright, so size that down. And I've got my flowers about where I want them. Okay, so I'm going to have to do this manually, it looks like, because it doesn't want to center those flowers up where I want them. I'm just going to move them around until I can get them. Turn this one just a little. Maybe turn this one this way just a little. Just a little bit more of that better. Good, I can't get this center thing right there. Okay. And guys, I'm just eyeballing this. It's probably not the best way to do it. Okay. Alright, so there I have that. So now I'm going to click on this outer circle, and it's going to look like it selected everything, but it really didn't. It only selected what was grouped together. So I'm going to go over here and ungroup. I'm going to move this circle out of the way. And I'm going to go over here to the layers panel, and where you see the black circle there, I'm just going to hide it because it's too big for the Cricut to cut. And then I'm going to select all, and I'm going to go down here and attach. Okay, and you can see there that all the color went out and the fill in the letters didn't do. It came out, but guys, that's not going to make any difference at all in the cut. But if we detach this, I think it's detached now. Yeah, so if I hit make it right now, let me show you what's going to happen. Okay, so if you can see over here, you can see it's going to cut this circle on one map, and then it's going to cut, let's pull this mat up, it's going to cut the rest of it on another map, but it's going to cut Walker, it's going to cut every little thing individually. So now what we want to do is we want to go back and select all and hit attach. And so now when we go up here to make it, You'll see it's all cutting just like we saw it on the canvas. Okay, so I'm going to go back here and hit cancel and save it and go over to the Cricut and cut it out. So I will see you over there in just a moment. Okay, so we're going to start the video here. Alright, so I let this dry actually overnight, just because it was late last night. So it is good and dry, and it is ready for us to put our chalk paint on. Now I'm going to use Dixie Belle paints, and I'm going to be using Caviar, which is a black, in the navy, which is navy blue. And then I'm going to be mixing mulberry wine and buttercream for a light mauve kind of color for the flowers, and that'll be very pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with the Caviar for the black, because that's what I want the name in. And we are going to do 2 coats of the Dixie Belle paint. And for these, I'm just going to, I just want to make sure that was the Caviar. Dixie Belle doesn't recommend you dip your brush into the jar, because they don't want a lot of debris to get into your paint, because it does go a long way. And if you don't use it, they don't want it to be wasted. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a fine mist, and since this is such a small area, such a small brush, it takes a little bit anyway. Even if you're doing furniture, it only takes a little bit, but even less on this Lazy Susan, just to keep the paint pliable. And actually I'm going to dip it out of the lid, because I think there's plenty out of the lid, and I'm just going to paint it on. You don't have to stay within the lines, because this is a stencil and it's going to come off, so you're not going to be held down to that. But you do want to make sure that all the nooks and crannies get filled in. And I just want to say for this Dixie Belle paint, guys, this is really awesome mineral chalk paint. It is low VOC, self-leveling, which means you won't see brush marks, and it is quick drying, so you don't have to wait days in between dry time to get your desired look. So I'm just slapping that on there, and I'm going to let this dry while I put the other colors on, and then go back and do a second coat. And so we'll speed the video up so that you don't have to sit and watch all this. Alright, now I'm going to use in the navy, and I'm just using the colors that I saw in the Cricut in the Cricut image, because I like those. You can use any colors that you want, but the stems were navy, so I'm going to repeat what I just did on all the steps. And again, we'll speed the video up so that you don't have to just sit and watch me paint all day. Okay, so I'm done with the name, the words, and I'm done with the stem. So now I'm going to mix the buttercream and the mulberry wine and make sort of a light mauve out of it. So what I'm gonna do, I have this silicone cup. And guys, if you don't have these, if you do any crafting, these are awesome. Nothing sticks in this. I have actually pulled out epoxy resin out of these, and it is good as new on the inside. So I will link to these down below because, I mean, nothing sticks to them. All right, so I'm gonna mix only a little bit of paint because, like I said, this goes a long way. You don't wanna waste it, and if I need to make more, I can. I'm gonna put in two little, I have these little stir sticks that came with these silicone cups, and so I'm putting two little circles of the mulberry wine, and then I'm gonna add 4 of the buttercream and mix it up really well, and we'll see what we have then. There's another stir. This one has a little stir on one end and a little paddle on the other end, and I'm using the paddle that's on the other end to put the 4 little dabs in and the whatever. These wash up really well too. Alright, so I'm gonna leave that right there in case I need more of it. And just mix it up, and we'll see what color comes out. It's a little bit of a darker than I wanted, but it's still a pretty color, kind of a light mauve. Very pretty. All right, so that's all mixed up, and that's the color that I like. Let me get this out of there so I can show you what the color is, what it looks like. And I'm going to start painting the flower petals. And one more time, we will speed the video up so you don't have to just sit and watch. I'm gonna go ahead with the second coat. So we're just going to let that dry for a few minutes, and when it's dry, I will be right back to finish up the Lazy Susan. So now we have it's been painted and the paint is dried. I actually let it dry overnight just to be sure that it was good and dry and it wouldn't come up when I tried to pull this vinyl off. The vinyl is quite sticky to this surface, so it's very easy to pull up some of that paint. So we'll pull this up and see what we have. Okay, so here you can see it is weeded. Cut that part out, and that is what it's going to look like. Guys, I did make some changes from the original because the original didn't work out like I hoped it would. So I went back and redid it. I used Mod Podge instead of the Fusion. And I printed it from my phone, so it printed a different font. because my phone doesn't have the baby child on it. It's just installed on my computer. It's not a Cricut font. So it printed out this font. I like this font better because it's bolder. To be honest, I don't even know what font it is, but it was harder to work with. So just be aware of that when you're choosing your fonts. And some of the lines are not as crisp as I would want them to be. So I might even have to go back and fix that. But I think all in all it looks pretty awesome. I don't know how well you can see that on camera. I am going to seal it. I'm just going to seal it with a spray polyurethane just to make sure that it's protected. But it should stay on there for a while, a good long while actually, if I don't wash it or scrub it or anything like that. So I think it looks good. Okay, so here's our finished project. I have sprayed it with the polyurethane. It was clear, so it didn't make a hill of beans worth of difference. It's just for protection. And I think it'll be useful on my table. We have a big family at Christmas and Thanksgiving, so definitely for condiments and stuff on that. Okay, so that is the Lazy Susan, and it's pretty, difficult to weed, but you can get through it. So be sure and like my YouTube channel and subscribe, and go ahead and hit the notification buttons, bell down there, so that you won't miss a single craft video that I put out. And also you can follow me on Facebook or Instagram or Pinterest. Okay, so be sure and watch after this ends to get all the details of my YouTube subscriber channel Cricut tool giveaway. Guys, I'm giving 3 awesome tools away, so you will want to make sure you stay at the end here just to get all those details. All right, so until I see you again, happy crafting. Hi guys, it's Barbara from Barbara Makes Crafts, and I'm back just to tell you about my YouTube subscriber giveaway. I'm giving away Cricut tools once I reach 500 subscribers. Guys, these are great tools. So here is the breakdown. So when I reach 500 subscribers, I'm giving 3 of those subscribers. I'm just going to have a drawing. I probably will even do a live, do a drawing live on YouTube, so that everyone can see who is winning. But I want to show you the tools. First, I have this scoring stylus. You can use this on your Explorer series machines or your Maker series machines. It goes in clamp, I think it's clamp B. They're backwards to me. So yeah, so you can use, like I said, this is versatile. You can use it on any of your machines, the Explorer series and newer. I'm also giving away a fine point blade with a gold housing. I just love the gold. All the machines come with silver housings, and even if you buy them in the store, they come with silver housings mostly. So, but if you go to Cricut.com, you can get the gold housings. So I think that's a pretty neat little thing. But guys, my favorite of all is this Cricut tool holder. This holds 9 of your housings, and it will also hold, let me count, I have to count the holes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It holds 9 of the quick swap blades. Let me just open this up. This is mine. It's not the one that I'm giving away. That one was sealed in the box. But you can see I have a quick swap blade in there. It has little holes in there where you can just put your blades. They don't come out. All your blades, all your housings in one place. And the quick swap blades are they only work on your maker, but your 5-point blades, I have a deep point housing. Your all the older blades will also work in your Explorer machines. I think I'd have to check on it, but I do have that foil thing. I think that one will work in your Explorer machine, but like I said, I have to double check on it. So this is my favorite. Guys, I hope that you will like and subscribe to my channel, and be sure and hit that bell below so that you get notifications of all my videos. And guys, just tell me what you liked about my video, what you didn't like in the comments below, and that way I will know what you want to see the next time. And until I see you again, happy crafting!